This is where you run through the plank, through the planer to thickness, and then it's run over the saw to bring it down to the thickness of the strips. 1/4 inch by 1 7/8 by whatever length the canoe is to be built. So you see here the strip on the machine, which we shape it so because each of the strips are the same shape, and these are so shaped that they give you your shear line when the canoe is built on the mold. The machine is one that I have set up myself, and you can see the different attachments I've made. I use springs to hold down the strips onto the pattern, and also one that is on an arm which pushes against the strip to hold it against the pattern. You can see the string there, and it's fastened to a weight down below, and that weight keeps enough tension onto the strips that is always tight up against your pattern. Now we'll run a strip through. That shows how the strip is run through the saw to get your shape. The next operation is putting the groove or the check in the strip, and this is done with this machine. There's a wide saw which is the teeth cut on a bit of an angle so that the inside of your check is a little deeper than the outside. This machine works in a way that the strip goes through on the edge and puts the groove in. The thing you see there on the machine rises up as your strip goes through and keeps it even pressure all the way through. Strips are done on both sides, except the first strip on the left. Keelsons are bored two pieces being put together and then bored with the drill. The average spacing on the Keelsons is 2 inches. And the Keelson on this particular canoe is 5/8 by 7/8. As we use the steam pot, we put our stems in while we're either bending ribs or some other operation that you have to have steam. But we don't have the steam pot on any more than possible because you're using electricity all the time. This is the way you see a band on there, and we have a bar for leverage there to give us more pressure to bend it around. You get it bent around, then you put in a pin and your stem is bent. The stem is set on the mold so that you can mark the things which have to be done before it's fastened on permanently. There's a spud here which you have to mark. That holds the stem in place. You cut it off for length, you leave it a little bit long. You also mark here for where you bandsaw that part so that you get your width here. And you have to mark it here. This ends up about 3/8 of an inch, which is the width of you'll end up with your bang iron. Then you put your, this is a piece of Keelson, put that on, then you run it on an angle from here up. You do that on both sides. That gives you the width of the Keelson at this point here. Then you put your Keelson on and mark it this way. You leave it a little bit more than the thickness of the Keelson and mark it up here. Now you're ready to take it to the bandsaw. the center. That's in the center of the stem, and it fits onto that. The stem is fastened down to the mold. Now the front end is fastened. After the stems are put in place, Keelson goes in. But you cut off the stem to the length, which is determined by a mark on the mold. You cut off in the center of the hole for your rib. To make it got a good fit, you run the saw down through, and that puts your Keelson in place. The Keelson is held down with little cleats. Next operation is cutting out stem for 4 ribs. After that, you take a round grasp and now come to the time to bore for the end ribs. Boring these, you have to make sure that you keep your distance even, or otherwise one rib will be higher than the other. So you gradually bring them down This is the way I steam the ribs. You can see the electric kettle and the length of pipe with the ribs in. Okay, now everything is prepared to put the ribs on. These are the short ribs that are going in at the front. Put the nails in so that they run in straight into the stem, so you get them on an angle, they'll come out on the inside here, and so you have to put them in. Then you countersink them. You countersink them when they're still damp, so that you don't split the end of the rib. You countersink them so that when you go to dress off everything in here, that you don't hit the nails. Put 2 nails in the end ribs. So you're sure to, be sure to hold the rib in place. The end ribs are all in, and now it's time to put the full length ribs around. Work them a bit with your hammer, so lay down, lay down flat this way and don't come up on a curve. Now there's 2 ways we can dress off the surplus wood on the stem. Do it with electric plane, like this. Or you can take a draw knife if you don't have a plane, and you can take it off this way. when you get that off, then you take the plane and finish it off with the plane. The main thing when you're planing it off that you get it level in here. If you leave a bump in here when you put your planking on, there's too much stress on the center of your plank and you'll have to split. So you have to make sure that this all comes even all the way along here. Now there's spaces where we drilled here where the end of the bit comes up, and also the nail holes. And you fill those bedding compound or putty, or you can use plastic wood or anything to fill them up. There you can see where all the open spaces on the stem and all along the Keelson have been filled up. I put a cotton bias tape on here as a caulking just to fasten it on them. Use the staple gun, and if you haven't got a staple gun, you can use tacks. And you start back in here and run it down on the other side. Keep it up above the end of the ribs so that you use it as a caulking here. That's the way you put it on.